Hello student, welcome to the EPG Pathshala. Myself Dr. Baljinder Singh Gill, and I will discuss with you the module that is the nanoparticle that are used to solve the biofouling problem in a paper that is a nano biotechnology. So let us start with the chapter by introduction. So regarding introduction, we have already discussed the various environmental, that is a water pollutant, nanoparticle that are also used for the remediation of these environmental pollutant or the water pollutant, and we have already discussed the main problem of water pollutant and the environmental pollutant. Now also we have already discussed that there are various methods are available for the treatment. Conventional method are available for the treatment of this environmental pollutant. But this treatment method result in the or create a one major problem, and nowadays it is a very big problem in a developing country, and this problem is called biofouling. Now, what is biofouling? Biofouling, it is actually the growth of unwanted microorganism or the arthropods, molluscus, or even fungus that result in the foul smell. So, biofouling, it can be also, if the fouling is due to the living organism, then it is called biofouling. But if the fouling is due to the inorganic, that is the compound or the inorganic clay or any suspended particle, then it is called inorganic fouling. Now, inorganic fouling, it include both the term biofouling as well as the inorganic fouling. Now, let us take an example of nano. Because we have already discussed the nano membrane or the nano any membrane or nano membrane or other membrane filtration process, where we generally treat the water through the membrane reactor. Now, if there is a formation of any biofilm or the growth of the microorganism occur, it will create the foul. And biofouling, therefore, if we use any chemical or any other physical method for the removal of this microorganism through the membrane, then it is called reversible biofouling, because membrane can be reused. And irreversible, where we cannot apply any physical method or the chemical method for the removal of this biofilm, because these cause a problem of biofouling, then it is called irreversible biofouling. Now, biofouling, it is a major problem in the marine environment, because ships, their understructure, they are mainly contaminated with the, that is, microorganisms, and that create a biofouling problem. And it also result in the decrease in the, that is a fuel consumption, increase in the fuel consumption, and other problem also. Now, this biofouling, that is because it is a major problem in the environmental pollutant in the industry also, in the various industry, that is a, that is of food and beverage industry, there is also a problem of biofouling, because in this food and beverage industry, microorganisms are mainly involved. They get their food for their growth, that is why they form a biofilms and result in the problem of this foul smell in that area where the people residing near these industries. And in this module, the student will understand the concept of biofouling. What is the mechanism of biofouling? How the biofilms are produced? Second one, which various nanoparticle are used which show the excellent antifouling properties? And student will also understand because titanium dioxide, that is a which have the photocatalyst mechanism, and metal oxide or metal based oxide based nanoparticles, their mechanism in the as acting as a, that is a anti-fouling agent or the anti-fouling property. What are the mechanism of action of this titanium dioxide and metal oxide based nanoparticle for the removal of this fouling problem? Now the various physical methods or the conventional method which are already available, that are the chemical and the physical. Physical are the heat treatment or by using any radioactive agent. So these are some of the physical method for the removal of this biofouling. Chemical method use involve of chemical to kill this microorganism. That is why it is called biocides. Any chemical or bioactive agent or the chemical agent which will kill this microorganism and prevent the biofilm formation, that is called that are the chemical methods. Because we know that this chemical method, as we have already discussed, and physical method, they have their own limitations. They result in the toxic product formation, not a cheapest method. So biofouling, it is nowadays it is a very big challenge for the researcher. And the method, various and nanoparticles which are used to combat with this biofouling problem, these are the anti-fouling coating showing a nanoparticle which show the anti-fouling property also. In this chapter we will also discuss the various nanoparticle which show the excellent anti-fouling property. For example, if they can be prepared from the natural sources, because the natural sources they also show the excellent, that is a anti-fouling properties. Biofouling mechanism. As we have already defined what is biofouling, that is a unwanted growth of the microorganism on the surface. And how this biofouling mechanism occurred, actually the microorganism they first adhere to the surface and then cell proliferate starts secreting, that is a slimy extracellular polymeric substances which result in the formation of biofilm formation. And this, that is a extracellular polymeric substances, they actually protect the microorganism from the biocides. Biocides we have already discussed, these are the chemical that are used to remove the microorganism or to kill the microorganism. Biofilm formation, it actually start with the surface attachment of the bacteria. And how this attachment or initial attachment occurred, it will depend upon the phenomena that is called quorum sensing phenomena. As shown in the diagram, first there is initial attachment and then is a growth, then dispersion. This whole colonization process occurred during the biofilm or the biofouling mechanism, or the, because biofouling, it is due to the formation of biofilm. So it mainly start with the initial attachment of the bacteria, that is mainly controlled by the quorum sensing phenomena. In the quorum sensing, signal molecule from the surrounding environment, for example N-acyl, homoserine, lactones, these are produced which attract the bacteria toward the surface of the this surface where the biofilm formation actually occurred. So actually this quorum sensing or the signal molecule, they are coded by the gene, and there is a change in the expression of the gene of the bacteria which actually result in the formation of this biofilm. So this is whole process which occurred during the colonization process. First initial attachment, then growth, and then this further grow to form the dispersion, and which result in the biofouling. Now next is the what are the main nanoparticle which are used to control the or to inhibit the biofouling, because we have already discussed that are the main physical and chemical method are used to control the biofouling, but nowadays due to the recent development nanoparticle are also used, and such as because of their unique property, that is high surface to volume ratio, they are mainly used for inhibition of biofouling. Researchers they have designed nanoparticle that are based on the property of natural sources which possess anti-fouling property. For example, this type of is also called, we can say, biogenic nanoparticle production, or we can say bio-inspired or bio-inspired, also called biogenic nanoparticle, because in the nature there are always natural sources are available which have the capability to remove this biofilm formation and to stop or to inhibit the biofouling mechanism. Then because of due to the green nanochemistry, nowadays green nanochemistry is also term used, because it is a big challenge for the scientists or the researchers to develop a cost effective and environmental acceptable nanoparticles to control the environmental pollution as well as to control the biofouling mechanism. Now, which natural sources have the capability? That are plant leaves, that is a lotus leaf, animal organs like fish scale, and microorganisms secretion which have the that is a natural anti-fouling properties. And from these natural sources they are used for the production or for the synthesis of nanoparticle by different or by various synthesis method, because in the nanoparticle due to the increase in the, because it is a nano size, there is increase in the surface as surface to volume ratio, which result in the inhibition, or it increases the reactivity of this pollutant or the this microorganism toward the nanoparticle, which inhibit the formation of this biofilm formation. Now the superhydrophobic surface of lotus leaf and water fern like salvinia and broccoli, that is a broccoli, that is a brassica oleracea, and super, that is a leophobic surface, that is in the fish scale which possess natural surface, that is called super oleophobic surface. It greatly or significantly reduce the contact between water droplet and the material surface, that resulting in the surface wettability. Actually water contact angle, it will determine whether the surface is say hydrophobic or hydrophilic. If the water contact angle is less than 90, it is a hydrophilic, and more than 90, it is a hydrophobic surface. So this surface wettability, it inhibits the adhesion of fouling microorganism, that microorganism that create fouling to the surface and efficiently control this fouling mechanism. So now this table is that showing the factor which affect the adhesion of microorganism to the membrane surface. First is the microorganisms. The factor, it will, the main factor on which the adhesion of the microorganism depend, that is a type of species, which type of species. Then the surface property, surface charge, whether it is a neutral or the more, if charge is more neutral, then it is more adhesion occurred. Then the feed water parameter like temperature and pH. If the microorganisms are mixed, that is a mixed culture, then the surface property, other surface property, that is a porosity, number of pores, diameter of the pores, size of the pores, it also determine the, that is a adhesion of microorganism to the membrane surface. Organic or the inorganic matter, similarly phase of the growth, hydrophobicity, if more hydrophobic then more adhesion occur. and feed water parameter like suspended matter and viscosity. It also determines the adhesion of molecule to the membrane surface. Other, if in the microorganism, that is a nutrient status, whether it is which type of media you are using, and then the chemical composition of the surface, whether the surface is rough or the smooth. If the surface is more rough, then more adhesion occur, and also the in the feed water parameter, the flux, it also determines the adhesion of this microorganism to the membrane surface. Now the nanoparticle, they are designed based on the natural sources which are responsible for biofouling. So if the natural sources we have already discussed, based on their property, nanoparticle are designed to remove the biofouling problems in the industry or whether in the wastewater, so in the water body also. Therefore nanoparticles, whether it is provide hydrophilic or hydrophobic surface, it will depend on the operation condition and sources responsible for the biofouling. The anti-biofouling can be achieved by creating hydrophilic material because it can act as a physical barrier and prevent the attaching of the microorganism. So ultimately the nanoparticle, whether it may provide hydrophilic and also hydrophobic surface. The main condition is to prevent the growth of biofilm. So it will depend upon where the condition, because if there is a marine environment, the condition will be different from the other condition. It will depend upon the operation condition. So the nanoparticle, they are designed, it is not compulsory that they are always hydrophilic or hydrophobic surface. So on the dependent of surface, nanoparticles are designed, they may be the hydrophilic or hydrophobic. The condition is to prevent the growth of microorganism or to prevent the biofilm formation. So the anti-biofouling, it can be achieved by creating hydrophilic materials which can act as physical barrier between these microorganism and prevent attaching of the microorganism. These hydrophilic material, for example, most commonly used hydrophilic material, they are the polyethylene glycol and the polydopamine. They provide the hydrophilicity and prevent the growth of the microorganism. For example, foul release property in the ship, that is in the marine environment, and the underwater structure can be achieved by converting the hydrophilic surface into the hydrophobic one. By converting this hydrophilic surface to hydrophobic one, it will act as a physical barrier and prevent the growth of the microorganism and prevent the attaching of this microorganism to the surface. Because we have already studied that in the marine environment, due to the growth of this microorganism or due to the formation of biofilm, it results in increase or decrease the efficiency of the, or also increase the fuel consumption, decreases the efficiency of the engine. Now we have already discussed that the surface hydrophobicity and the hydrophilicity, it is generally determined by the water contact angle. As I have shown in the figure, that is if the angle is less than 90, the surface is hydrophilic. If it is more than 90, it is a hydrophobic. And we will also discuss the various technique which are mainly used to determine the surface whether it is a hydrophobicity or hydrophilicity, and also the growth of the microorganism by various recent technique like atomic force and other fluorescence technique. Now the nanoparticle coating the surface, they decreases the adhesion of this microorganism. How they decrease? They also decrease the interaction of this microorganism to the surface. and the nanoparticle coating, it will be maybe the hydrophilic or the hydrophobic, and their role is to inhibit the biofilm formation, and it also actually change the gene expression of the microorganism, because as we have already studied in the mechanism of biofilm formation or the biofouling, where we have studied the, that is the quorum sensing phenomena, and it required a various signal molecule for their attachment on the surface of this, that is the where they cause the biofouling problem. If this surface is coated with the that is a nanoparticle, because of their nano size or their unique property, they can inhibit the formation of this biofilm formation. So these nanoparticle, they they disrupt the interaction of microorganism, or they decreases the affinity of microorganism toward the surface by this phenomena that is called nanoparticle coating of the surface. Now the nano membrane for the biofouling. The nano membrane filtration, that is unit present in the membrane bioreactor, is most widely used and effective technique in wastewater treatment. It is a most common problem in membrane filtration unit, that is the formation of biofilm, because it results in the clogging of membrane and reduce the treatment efficiency of the membrane also. It is most commonly problem that is industry mainly faced, where they use the membrane filtration for the treatment of pollutant in a wastewater treatment technique. Now the membrane biofouling, it is depend on the various factors such as feed water composition, we have already discussed, presence of type of microorganism and characteristic of the membrane, and the operation conditions. Now the which type of bacteria that are mainly grow in the membrane bioreactor or during the membrane filtration unit, they are the mainly in, that is the Enterobacter, that is a alpha, beta, that is a gamma proteobacteria, Bacteroidetes, Actinobacteria, Aeromonas, Cinetobacter, that is the Citrobacter. These are, and also the most, that is a Pseudomonas. These are some of the common example of bacteria that mainly grow in the activated sludge during the membrane bioreactor and in the membrane filtration unit. Now, among these various bacterial genera, Enterobacter and that is a Dila, that is a alpha and beta, gamma proteobacter and Bacteroidetes, they are mainly involved in the biofouling problems. So the membrane, and they are mainly create the fouling problem in the industry, because researchers have concluded that these are the bacterial genera which are mainly involved in the biofouling problem. Now the membrane, they are mainly classified into 4 categories, that is based upon their pore size, that is, and selectivity. One is reverse osmosis, forward osmosis, that is where the pore size is based upon the nano size, nanofiltration, then microfiltration and ultrafiltration. This reverse osmosis and forward osmosis, membrane and nanofiltration, where the nanoparticles are mainly used for the preparation of membrane, they are mainly used to eliminate or to degrade, to remove the environmental pollutant or the water pollutant. So water is transported through this membrane by applying pressure or the potential gradient across the membrane. And if there is a biofouling mechanism occur, that is due to the growth of the microorganism, it decreases the efficiency of this membrane, both reverse osmosis and nanofiltration, by reducing membrane flux. That is a membrane reduce membrane flux. Membrane flux is, that is flow per unit area, due to the formation of biofilm with the low permeability. So this method, it required higher energy consumption to overcome the flux decline and biofilm resistance. Now, use of titanium dioxide to control biofouling. As we have already discussed, titanium dioxide, they possess the photocatalyst property, and these are titanium dioxide, carbon nanotubes, and third one is metal oxide. They are mainly used to control the environmental pollutant. So here the titanium dioxide, they are mainly used by mixing with the other matrix phase. For example, researchers, they mix the titanium dioxide nanoparticle on thin film composite membrane to overcome the problem of, that is, the biofouling. And this titanium dioxide nanoparticle that is mixed with the thin film composite, they act as a anti-fouling or show the anti-fouling properties. And anti-fouling property, they are basically determined by the surface adhesion of bovine serum albumin and relative flux decline. Researchers mainly use two methods to determine the anti-fouling property. One is surface adhesion of bovine serum albumin and relative flux decline. Anti-fouling property of this titanium dioxide, again, that is due to their excellent property, that is the photocatalytic, enhanced and uniform hydrophilicity, superhydrophilicity of nano-sized titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide, they allowed water to spread over the surface, and they produce the ultra thin water film which prevent the pollutant and microorganism attachment. So further illumination of this titanium dioxide by UV light, they degrade the pollutant, and through the photocatalytic reaction that we have already discussed in the previous module, and maintain the surface clean. So titanium dioxide, they have also show the biofouling property or the anti-fouling properties. Now the main limitation of incorporation of this titanium dioxide nanoparticle into the membrane, it is weak binding force between the nanoparticle and membrane surfaces. Researchers, they face main problem during the incorporation of this titanium dioxide nanoparticle into the thin film composite, that is they show weak binding force between nanoparticle as well as the membrane surfaces. So to overcome this problem, the natural source inspired, that is also called bio-inspired material, they are used for the binding of this nanoparticle. For example, in the recent example, scientists or researchers, they used, that is a muscle inspired polydopamine binding method to bind this titanium dioxide nanoparticle on the thin film composite membrane for enhancement of this anti-fouling performance. Now the metal-based nanoparticle to control biofouling, they are mainly the silver and copper because they show high biocidal activity. They are more stable under the natural condition, and they are mainly used as an antimicrobial agent in the medical and industrial and agriculture field. This metal-based nanoparticle onto the membrane surface as a antimicrobial agent, and it inhibits the fouling of this, or it inhibits the formation of microorganism film or biofilm formation, and inhibit the biofouling problem. Now the coating of surface with silver, it results in the release of the silver ion. This silver ion then penetrate into the bacterial cell and interact with the functional group of essential enzymes and then deactivate them. This is the mainly mechanism behind how this metal or the silver metal, they inhibit the growth of microorganism. They ultimately lead to the death of the bacterial cell and result in the inhibition of biofilm formation. Now the effect of nanoparticle on the membrane performance, the shape and the size and chemical property, as we have already discussed, including solubility and functional group, they have different effect on the surface of membrane. And the surface morphology and the density, they also play important role in the dispersion as well as the solubility of this nanoparticle. So the extent of increase in membrane performance, it will depend upon the type and the concentration of the nanoparticle, because The optimum concentration of nanoparticle, it ultimately lead to the effective and uniform distribution of the surface. So the main parameter which affect the, because during the incorporation of nanoparticle, shape, size and the concentration, these are the three parameters that are to be kept in mind before designing the nanoparticle or bio-inspired nanoparticle to control or to inhibit the biofouling or biofilm formation or to control the biofouling problem. Now the various technique that researchers use to identify this adhesion or the biofilm formation or any that is a inhibition that cause the inhibition of this biofilm formation, they use the technique that is X-ray diffraction, then that is a contact angle measurement, then maybe that is a scanning electron microscopy, fluorescence microscopy, transmission electron microscopy. These techniques, various techniques, X-ray energy dispersive, that is also a method for spectroscopy, that is also a method used for the estimation of this biofilm or the biofilm formation. So now let us students summarize this module or this chapter, that biofouling, it is one of the major problem, and people mainly residing in that area, that is near the industrial area, they always complain to the regulatory body, the regulatory or the controlling body or the government body which control this pollution from the various industry. That is they always complain that they have get foul smell due to these industries. So it is a very big challenge for the researcher, and nanoparticle, by using nanoparticle, the researcher they tried to combat with this biofouling problem. Now because they have excellent property, and due to the recent development, these nanoparticle, because it also provide a cost effective method, that is why researchers they try to use this nanoparticle as for the removal of this biofilm or for the to solve the problem of biofouling, because it is not problem in the water also, it is also problem in the air also, because where the industry that is of any, the emission is of also from the air, and the industry, let us suppose, that is of food or beverage industry, and the people mostly residing near that area, they always complain that they get foul smell from the air, and this is one of the major problem. So in the coming module we will also discuss the nanoparticle which is also used to remediate this air pollutant also. So that's all about this chapter. Thank you very much.